they were just talking about what we're doing with some of our ashes that we have on our property. So as you know, emerald ash borer is an ongoing problem that's approaching the northeast. It's pretty much guaranteed to kill a lot of our ash trees on our property, both for our landscapes like this and also in some of our actual woodlots where it's performing ecosystem service. So we're doing several things to approach this. We're doing monitoring. Every year we set out traps, usually at the end of May through the summer, to capture any kind of emerald ash borer adults that are emerging from the trees if they're already here.
And the traps hang from the trees?
Yes, we use the multi-funnel traps, which look like a stack of plastic funnels. So those use to kind of lure that sense the beetles in. They fall into a cup of preservative fluid, usually RV antifreeze propylene glycol. So we check that every week and see what's in the cup. So on top of monitoring, now we're doing some preventative measures. So the state, beginning approximately 3 years ago, the state has been doing biocontrol trials using special parasitic wasps that their origins are from Asia. They went through a process of quarantine and approval with the United States Department of Agriculture first to prevent any kind of unintended consequences. So now they're releasing them into areas where there's high ash populations, such as part of northern Kaufman Woods, which is off of River Road, right near the power line easement actually that goes in through the area we call the lowlands that's adjacent to Raritan and Bradley Gardens. So there's 5 species in there, 3 species that prey on the larval stage of the emerald ash borer, 2 that actually prey on the eggs that are laid fresh on the bark. So I believe this year they're going to start doing sampling out there to actually try to detect the wasps, because if they detect the wasp out there, that means that the wasp successfully managed to parasitize an emerald ash borer larvae or egg and emerge the following season. So that's kind of good. That means it's a self-sustaining population of a biocontrol. You don't want to have it just boom and bust and then you have to reintroduce the wasps every year. It'd be sort of like what happens now with one example of biocontrol that would work well with is purple loosestrife. How purple loosestrife isn't entirely eradicated, but now it's less of a kind of marsh-wide, swamp area-wide threat that just blankets the area. Now it's just a component. Because, when you look at emerald ash borer, there's other borers in the woods too besides them. Usually on my traps I'll find multiple kinds of species of borers, longhorn beetles, all native and indigenous, but they do bore into trees and do use the tree, but they don't usually kill it in most cases. So it would be nice to kind of get that kind of balance. I guess that's what they're hoping for with the biocontrol.
So now we have a lot of specimen trees at Duke Farms as well, like this one here. It's in front of the coach barn.
Yeah, so this is a very nice ash tree. It's growing in a little bed.
And what kind of ash is it?
It's a white ash, and it's growing in a bed with some dogwoods, which then that white flowering bush is actually a mock orange. And it's been here for quite a while. I'm not sure if this one has lightning protection or not on it, but some of the trees that we have, that are specimen trees we wish to keep for the long term, we actually put lightning protection inside of. Usually it just looks like a copper cable going up there with a couple of copper nails sticking out of it, and at the top is a probe that functions as a lightning rod. So anyway, since we put investments in tree care for that, it makes sense that for these couple of trees we do injections. So this technician over here, who we subcontracted with, they're injecting a chemical basically into the bark, and it's a systemic pesticide that basically prevents beetles from using the bark tissues as food.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, I'm Jason Bond with the Bartlett Tree Expert Company here at Duke Farm, about to perform a trunk injection type of systemic insecticide to go into the tree to help the tree with the emerald ash borer that's in the area. What we have here is a common drill, cordless drill. Gloves, of course the PPE. And here I have the T that goes directly into the trunk. So
how far in, just into the cambium you're doing that, or does it go into the xylem?
it goes in. It goes at, I usually go about 1.5 inches. So you want to get it into the xylem, yes.
Okay.
so that the tree's going to pull it up.
Okay. And then these tubes all are connected.
These are all connected to this bottle here. The material goes in here. The bicycle pump. Give it pressure, and all the fluid runs into here.
Very simple system.
And then you have the, I guess, the anti-gravitational pull.
And what pesticide are you using for this?
I am using a Triage G4, and it is 4% amomectin benzoate. There's other different, there's other types of applications you can do to help with the emerald ash borer. You can do a soil injection around the soil with an imidacloprid, neonicotinoid. If you're on the fence with that, then certainly go with a system like this, because this is going directly in the tree. There's no spill out into the local environment. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. If you're protecting your tree, then that's a good starting point. So.
Okay, now you're pressurizing it?
Now I'm pressurizing it. And immediately I got to start looking for leaks. And you're putting such a little amount in the tree. One leak could be 50 mils.
Right.